Hi, so I have a lot of catching up to do with my paranormal vlogs because I wasn't vlogging for such a long time, and I thought, why not jump on the bandwagon and do Vlogtober and try to make a vlog every day. And it's perfect for October because typically people who aren't even that interested in the paranormal get interested in October because of Halloween and all that. So, let's see. I also just want to get as many done as soon as possible because of events that happened over the summer that I don't want to wait any longer and forget everything that happened, and I don't want to recount my stories. So first of all, sometime in, I believe it was late August, my mom went to Virginia. My mom and my stepdad both went to Virginia, and I was home alone. And the paranormal activity increased, and I know it might sound like, oh, I was just getting more paranoid because I was alone, but I really don't think that's what it was. There was a lot going on. So first of all, I started feeling that thing that most people feel when they're in a haunted place, whether they know it's haunted or not, is I felt like I wasn't alone, which I always do, but it was much more intense, and it felt like it was a new presence. It was something that wasn't normally there before, and I wasn't really sure at first if it was just my imagination and I was just getting more creeped out because I was home alone. But again, things started happening and I stopped questioning that, and I was just like, okay, there's definitely something maybe trying to warn me about something. I'm not really sure what they're trying to do. So the first thing that happened was on the first night I couldn't sleep because I kept hearing stomping around in the kitchen and in the living room from my bedroom, and again, there was nobody else here. I was completely home alone. At one point, I got up to check to make sure that, like, my stepdad's parents hadn't stopped by or something, and they didn't. There was nobody else here but me, and, so I wasn't even falling asleep to wake up to that. It was just, I was trying to go to sleep and that noise kept happening, so I had decided to sleep in the living room. And while I was sleeping in the living room, I woke up in the middle of the night to whispering in my ear, but it was loud whispering, like a stage whisper, and I can't remember what they were saying at all, but followed by the whisper was, and this is open for debate, that it could have been something else, but I've never heard a noise like this in my life. It was horrifying. It can best be described as radio interference, but there was no electronics on, and not only did it sound like that, but it was like just booming throughout the entire house. It felt like I was at a heavy metal concert or something. Just throughout the whole house I heard this horrible, horrible noise. And needless to say, I was terrified, and I pulled the covers over my head and waited for the noise to go away, and it took a few moments for it to stop. And then later on in the morning, my cat was staring at something that I couldn't see, and she does that a lot, and I really think that it's something in this house that she's seeing, because it's like she's looking at somebody walking around or something like that, not just like she's staring off into space. It looks like she's staring at something, and she'll start meowing at it or hissing at it or pouncing on it, and so she was doing that for a while in the morning. Then the following day, I remember I was wearing a dress and I was walking through the living room and I felt something pull on my dress, and it wasn't like it had just got caught on anything. The space around me was open. It was a full-blown tug, like somebody deliberately pulled on the bottom of my dress and pulled it down. And I don't like to talk too much about how this house is haunted and who passed away here, out of respect for them, and also because I get a little scared that they're not going to like me talking about them. But my sister jokingly suggested that maybe it was, maybe somebody was pulling down because my dress was too short, and it's very possible because it was a very short dress, so you never know. And I'm sorry, because it was so long ago, I'm having some trouble remembering, so I have notes that I just want to make sure I went over everything. Okay, so also, that morning that my cat was freaking out, and the morning after I heard that loud, horrible noise, this is going to sound completely insane, and I completely understand your skepticism if you don't believe me, because it is pretty wild. I heard somebody say, "Help me," and I also understand your skepticism because that's like horror movie style, like why would somebody be saying that? And I was thinking the same thing. I was like, what the hell is wrong with me? Am I just hearing things? But it was like a voice clear as day, and I had never heard something so clear that I believe was paranormal before. Let me see. So, oh yeah, and during the few days that my mom was gone, I was starting to get worried that they were warning me about something involving my mom because she wasn't there. But, she was fine when she came back. But the lights went on and off in the gym. We have a gym on our property, but not attached or in the house. It's a separate it used to be a huge garage. And the lights turned on and off in there once, and in the bathroom 3 times during that time. And there were a few other times that my cat was arching her back and hissing at something that I couldn't see. And okay, I'll just tell you one more thing that I believe happened that week. It might have been another time, but this really creeped me out. So I was FaceTiming with my little brother, and he's not like me, like I was when I was a child and how I am now. He's not interested in creepy things. He gets scared very easily. I've never heard him talk about ghosts. I've never heard him talk about anything really creepy besides The Nightmare Before Christmas, which isn't really, that doesn't count. So, I don't think he really understands what ghosts even are, or anything like that, but I was FaceTiming with him, and he said, "Is there a ghost in there?" But he said it like dead seriously, and like he wasn't just teasing me or joking around or anything. He was just like, "Is there a ghost in there?" And I was just like, why would you say that? Like, that was my response because it creeped me the hell out. And he said, I think he asked me again, or he said, "I think there's a ghost in there." He was like, "No, I see one." And, or he said, "I think I see one in there," or something like that. But again, it didn't sound like he was joking around, and that's not the kind of kid that he is. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Maybe you have to know him to understand what I'm saying fully, but he doesn't really show interest in these things. And it was just really bizarre. He's never said anything to me like that before, so reasonably it creeped me out. He could have just been saying it, but it would be really weird if he was. It just didn't make any sense. And he seemed creeped out himself, like he was just kind of staring and like, I think I see, but I don't know how to explain it. Maybe you had to see him yourself and be there, but it creeped me out. So that's the last story for this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you want a video where I go more into the detail about this house, I'd be happy to make it, but not in the house. So let me know. Just message me or comment down below and let me know if you're interested. Thank you again for watching. Goodbye.